Hi there, I'm Valerie, and we're getting ready to go on a cruise. Have you thought about going on a cruise? Have you thought maybe it's too hard to plan and that you don't know even where to begin? I'm going to help you. This is my second cruise, and not unlike, but like you, I had my doubts before I booked the first one. I hope this video will answer some questions for you. Both cruises have been on the Carnival ship. The first and second cruise we chose to book through Priceline. However, there is an easy way to book it straight through Carnival, and I'm going to show you how. This involves simply going to www.carnival.com. And this is the website. Once you get to the Carnival website, you can find a lot of information. But right here, it gives you the option to search sell to, sell from, dates, and duration in order to search the cruises. So let's say you wanted to sail in September of 2018. You would click on the map and it will bring up a lot of cruises for you to choose from. Let's say that you know you want to leave from a port that's close to where you live. You would click on Sell From, and you would be able to choose the options on the ports. You have Baltimore, Charleston, Fort Lauderdale, Galveston, Jacksonville, Long Beach, Miami, New Orleans, Port Canaveral, and Tampa. So let's go ahead and click Port Canaveral. It will then bring up cruises that you can look at to pick which one that you want. There are cruises from 3 days all the way up to 8 days. And then some cruises are even longer than that. This is the Carnival cruise that we are actually going to be going on. So the 8-day Eastern Caribbean from Port Canaveral on the Carnival Sunshine. It then gives you the option to choose your dates. So let's show dates. This one is Sundays or Saturday through Sunday, September 29th, 2018. This is the only one that it's showing now, but it tells you the different prices for the different types of room. An interior room, an ocean view, a balcony, or a suite. So let's say that we chose to go ahead and book this cruise. You can click Book Now, and it's going to pull up another screen, and it's going to ask you how many staterooms that you need. Well, hypothetically, let's just say it's my husband and myself. We would only need one stateroom, but if you were taking more people, you can change the number to the different number of staterooms. You would click Continue. How many people are cruising? It would be my husband and myself. You click Continue on 2. Tell us about yourself. It's asking for the country of residence, and you're a resident of what state, and it's a drop-down menu. We're going to pick Virginia. We're not 55 years or older. We're not military. We are the VIP club or past guests, so we are going to click that. And it asks you to enter your number, or you can search for your number. So if you search for your number, you need your first name, your last name, and your date of birth. Once you search, the number will automatically go in there. You can also choose if you need an accessible stateroom. Once all of that's entered, you click Continue. Okay, let's say for the sake of this cruise that we are going to book an interior room. This will tell you what an interior is. It's a comfortable stateroom retreat where some rooms also feature pull-down beds. So if you have a family, you can get some of these that actually have beds that will drop down from the wall, or even some trundle beds. So let's say we're going to pick the interior at $545 average per person. We're going to select that room. And up here in the corner, it is going to tell you the total. And that includes the taxes, fees, and port expenses. And it's going to ask you how you would like to continue booking. And it gives you the option to let them choose the room for you. Last minute resident guarantee, and you're going to continue for one interior. And it's going to give you the breakdown, and it's going to tell you how much your total is. You can also add vacation protection for an average of $79 per person for this cruise, and honestly, I would suggest taking that. There's a lot of reasons to have the protection. One of them being if you have to cancel your cruise, at least you would get, you know, some of your money back. Also, a lot of times when you travel outside of the country, your insurance will not cover you. This insurance will. So if you get sick out of the country, instead of paying the huge bills, it might be nice to have that. So right now we're going to say no, we don't want the vacation protection. Actually, we'll go ahead and say yes. And then we're going to click continue. Once you get to this, it's going to ask you to log in or set up an account, and it's going to take you to where you will enter information on each guest. And then this information will help you go ahead and continue booking. With it being a lake cruise, such as next month, you would probably have to pay the entire balance ahead of time. Or now when you book. When you book cruises further out, it gives you more time to make payments. You would need to put a deposit on. So as you can see now up here in the corner, it says how much our total is, and that is including the insurance now. So for two people, it would be $1,476.80 for an interior room for an 8-night cruise. And this is one that would be booked for next month. Okay, once I go past that screen, it brings me to this screen. And I'm sorry, I apologize for the lines in my computer. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not like that except on the camera. It brings you to this screen where then you would turn around and make your payment. And over here is your total. They would be giving you, get $100 off this cruise, which is cool. So the total would be $1,376.80. You would enter your credit card information, your payment information, and you would click pay now, and then your cruise would be booked. So I'm sure you're asking yourself, if you've never done a cruise before, what do I get for the money that I just spent? $1,476.80 sounds like a lot of money. You're right, it does. However, there are a lot of benefits that you get while on that ship. That $1,476.80 is for an 8-night cruise. That means that 8 nights of your lodging in your room is included. So that's what, less than $200 a night just for the room. Okay, if that was all you got, that might be, you know, a little hard to pay. However, you also get all of your meals. They're all included, and that is not just a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is all the food that you want to eat. Free pizza, free ice cream 24 hours a day. You get the main dining room. You get there's other restaurants on a ship, such as most of the Carnival ships have a Guy's Burgers and a Blue Iguana, which is the tacos. and burritos. The Lido buffet, you get brunch. There is a tea time on cruise day, on sea days. Desserts, you name it. There is a lot of food. Room service complimentary up until I think 10 p.m. at night. Then there's a small surcharge on that, but free room service up until 10 p.m. All of that is included. The drinks that are included are tea, which is unsweetened tea, lemonade, water, and then of course there's juices during breakfast, milk, things like that. You also get to visit some pretty cool places. The cruise that we are getting ready to go on, the ones that were on this particular cruise, there was 4 ports. There was St. Martin, St. Kitts, San Juan, and Grand Turk. So you get to go to those 4 places as well. So that's your transportation to those ports. So when you really think about it, $1,476.80 for 2 people for that vacation, that's a pretty good deal. So you're probably saying, okay, Valerie, I get it. I've done the math. It's a good deal. I'm going to all these cool places. What do I do when I get there? Are things there included? Well, not really. You can always go into port and just walk around on your own and look at the different vendors and the history and the beauty. There's some free beaches, things like that. When you're in port, of course, it's at your own expense. But when you go to some of these places, there's a lot of inexpensive things that you can do there, and there's a lot of excursions that you can book and have all of that prepaid before you even go on vacation. That is awesome. You don't have to be wondering what you're going to do when you get there, or if budgeting the money to have to do. You can actually book those excursions, and you can book those straight through the Carnival website. You don't have to book through Carnival, but it is recommended. If you know a Carnival excursion is running late getting back, the ship will wait on you. If you book outside of Carnival, the ship will not wait on you if you're running late. So it is always a good idea to try to book through Carnival, just to be that added safeguard. Okay, so you may be saying, how do I book an excursion? Well, you log into Carnival and you go to where it says Manage My Booking. You click there, and it's going to give you some options. And this first option right here at the top is shore excursions. You would click on Book Excursions, and it is going to up here ask you which port that you want to look for excursions for. This first one, which is Port Canaveral, and it says that we're leaving Saturday, September 8th. If I click on that, that gives me transportation options. Also, this is where you would find Faster to the Fun. Faster to the Fun is an awesome option if you can get it. There is an added charge for it, but it gives you priority boarding, which makes getting onto the ship quicker and easier. It also gives you priority at guest services. You have your own line and don't have to wait there. It gives you priority tendering if you are actually porting in a place where you would tender and have to take alternate transportation from the ship via water into port. And it gives you priority debarkation. So when you're ready to get off the ship on that final day so you can get your drive home started, you actually get priority. Let's say we want to look at excursions in St. Martin on Tuesday, September 11th, because we have 2 sea days, so we go from September 8th to September 11th. If we click on that, it gives us all of these excursions, and you can click on each excursion. If you click on it, it will actually give you information about the excursion. You can see pictures, you see the details. It will give you some exclusions. It tells you the total, and if you wanted to do it, you would simply add or click add to cart right here. You would add it to your cart and then check out. Appear as your cart. You would go in there when you're ready to pay. You don't have to book all of your excursions at one time. You can wait until you get onto the ship to book excursions, but that is not recommended. You can return back to shore excursions if you wanted to look at other ones. And you can go back up here and look at the different ports to see what excursions are offered. And there's a lot of neat and interesting things to do. We actually booked this 4x4 Island Safari and Beach. I'm excited about that. This is in St. Kitts. We did on this cruise book a private excursion outside of Carnival for St. Martin and San Juan. But we are very mindful that, you know, we really need to be watching the time and trying to figure out how to get back to port if things, or back to the ship if things don't go as smoothly as we hope they do. On our last cruise, we actually booked the excursion outside of Carnival then as well, and we got lucky. We didn't have any problems. So there's that. But that is the way you book your shore excursions. Now, the next topic is other things that you can purchase. Again, this is the My Cruise Manager. There was where we clicked on shore excursions. Down below is Cheers and Bottomless Bubbles. These are the drink packages that Carnival offers. The Cheers package is your alcoholic beverages. So this includes up to 15 alcoholic drinks a day. And that is on beer, wine, mixed drinks, anything like that. And there's, if you click on it, it will tell you the things that are included, the restrictions, what it does not include, and what it does include. This package is $51.95 per day, and that is for if one person in the cabin does purchase Cheers, anyone in that cabin age 21 or over also has to purchase that package. So, like I said, this allows for up to 15 alcoholic beverages a day. So if you know you're going to drink and you're going to be drinking substantially, then the package could save you some money. You can click the back button and it will show you the bottomless bubbles. This includes, this is your soda. These sodas, I think it also includes your juices as well, and this is unlimited daily. For adults it's $7.50 a day, for kids it's $4.95 a day. You would just, if you wanted that, you would click add to cart. This over here tells you what it costs for, like the 8-day cruise. It would be $69, and that would include unlimited sodas and juices on your cruise. If you don't purchase a drink package, you can keep in mind that you're able to carry on canned soda, and you can take, it's a 12-pack per person of canned sodas. So, you know, if it's two of you going, of course, you would be allowed to take two 12-packs. And those have to be carried on. They cannot go in your luggage that you leave that is transported onto the ship. You have to carry those on. You can put them in a rolling suitcase, but they have to go on as you board the ship, not with the rest of your luggage. The Cheers package, there's, you know, if you don't purchase the Cheers package, of course, you can purchase by drink. Remember that Carnival uses a cashless system. It's all billed to your sign and sell card, which is attached to a credit card or a debit card. If you opt not to do Cheers, you don't think you're really going to drink, keep in mind that you are allowed, per adult over 21, is allowed to take on either one bottle of champagne or one bottle of wine. And I think that's 750 milliliters, I believe. we are back to the cruise manager again. You see the next thing down is the spa and salon services. You can go in there and browse and see if you would like a spa service. The next one I do want to show you is the internet plans option. When you click on the internet plans, they have a social, a value, and a premium plan. You will not have access to the internet if you don't have a plan. Social Wi-Fi plan, this is the one that we purchase. If you book early, it's $4 a day. I think it's $5 a day if you wait to get it on the ship. This will enable you to access most of the social websites such as Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, things like that. You can't really get onto any websites or check email with this plan. This plan, like I said, is $4 a day. If you want to be able to check your email, I think it is the value plan that you would actually be able to do email, news, sports, weather, banking, finance, things like that. And then the final plan is the premium plan. This one is $14.88 a day, which would allow you to do email, Skype, and it's the fastest possible connection. So you're able to access more. But this one, like I said, is $14.88 a day. So those are the internet plans, and I think if you do book them early, you save just a little bit as opposed to waiting until you get on the ship. Okay, and finally, you can, from the cruise manager, go into the fun shops, which is where if you want to have a purchase of sweets or alcohol or anything, room decorations, anything like that can be delivered to your room. There's party platters, different things like that. You can order that through the cruise manager. And all of these things can be ordered early, prepaid for, and they're waiting for you when you get there. Specialty dining reservations, there's a few specialty upcharge restaurants on ships. Those reservations can be made here. And finally, the Dream Studio, which is the pictures. You'll have a lot of pictures taken, and you have the option to buy packages. If you'll notice right up here at the top, it says 19 days to cruising. That is how many days we have left. So that is your cruise manager. So once your cruise is booked, here is your booking number, the ship name, all of that. You can go ahead and make the purchases here. Else that I want to show you on the cruise manager is the to-do list over here. Once you book your cruise, you will do your online check-in, which is where you specify your preferences on, do you want twin beds? Do you want them pushed together to make one bed? Do you want to do early dining, late dining, or your time dining? You enter the credit card information where your cruise charges will be. If you have any spending on the ship, where those charges will debit from that credit card. Everybody has to be tied to a credit or debit card. So that's one thing to remember. Then you can also, after you've done your online check-in, you would print your documents, and this is your luggage tags, your boarding passes, and your general information. So this is where you would go to print all of those important pieces of paperwork that you need to take with you on a cruise. So I hope that this video has answered some of your questions about booking a cruise, your excursions, the things that you get for the money that you pay, all of that. I know booking a cruise can seem scary, but it's really not. It's pretty simple. I had went through Priceline.com, like I said, to book our cruises. And it was a simple matter of making a phone call, telling them what I wanted, and they found the room and the rates. And a lot of times you can get the reduced discounts or the discounted deposits through Carnival and also through Priceline. So maybe you don't have the size deposit that they want you to pay, but you know, sometimes they'll do $25 deposits or no deposits, so you can always check into that. I don't know any more of the benefits over booking straight through Carnival and booking through Priceline, because like I said, we've just used Priceline. You do get onboard credit sometimes, so you know, we usually you will get some onboard credit. We get onboard credit when we book through Priceline. We get a little bit through Priceline, get a little bit through Carnival. I don't know exactly how much Carnival gives in onboard credit, but that's money that can be used. Oh, one thing I do need to tell you, what this total does not include, and when you book a cruise, you need to think about the gratuities. There are a lot of people on the ship that do a lot of work, and so the gratuities are automatically calculated, and I'm not exactly sure of the total right now. It's around, I think, $13 a day per person. So if there's 2 of you in the room, that's $26 a day roughly, and it'll vary a little bit, but let's just say $26 a day per person roughly that needs to be calculated, that will automatically be deducted from your Sell and Sign or added to your Sell and Sign account. So when you get ready to get off the ship, don't be surprised that there's going to be some totals on there for gratuities. You can always tip more if you think somebody has done a lot, but this money goes to tip everybody that's had a hand in your service while you've been on that ship. You know, if a bartender's done really good, tip them. If your room steward has done exceptional, you can tip them more, because when you think about it, $13 a day per person to cover, you know, the room stewards and the cooks and the wait staff and the bartenders and, you know, anybody that may have had a hand in your fun and your comfort on that cruise. So just remember that you can always go above and beyond with your tip if you feel like somebody has earned more, but that there are gratuities that will be added to your Sell and Sign account. So now that you've booked your cruise, you've bought some excursions, you've bought your drink package and your internet package, you know what all's included in the price, you know to save for your gratuities. Now it's time to start getting ready for the cruise. I hope that you found this vlog informative. I hope that it's helped you decide to go ahead and take that chance and book the cruise and have a great time planning and getting ready for it. There's so many wonderful things to do on a cruise. You make so many awesome friends on a cruise. It's amazing. So thank you for watching this vlog. I hope that you have learned a lot, and I hope that you'll check out the upcoming vlogs. Bye.